For number one, it says, which of the following sentences is true about the graphs? And then they have two functions here. And we have a list of things to look at. So first, when we're talking about the graphs for these functions, we notice that they have absolute values. And what we have to remember is these absolute value functions always make a V-shape. So whenever we see the absolute values, they always make a V-shape, right? So this is where we have to figure out where the vertex is and which direction the V-shape is going to be facing. So let's start off with this one right here. Remember, this number in front is like the slope, where it determines if it's going to face up or face down, and also how narrow or wide it is. So -6, because it's negative, it tells me that the V-shape is going to face downwards. Then from the other two numbers, the h and k, this tells us where it's going to be located for our vertex, where it's opposite inside, same on the outside. So opposite of 2 is going to be -2, and then same on the outside is going to be a +2. We can do the same thing here. This one's -4, so that's also downwards. And the vertex opposite inside is -2. Same on the outside is +2. So now let's go through each one of these and determine which one is the one that describes these two features the best. So first it says one graph has a vertex that's a maximum, whereas the other has a vertex that's a minimum. So what does that mean? Remember, if the vertex, the point of the V is at the top, it's called a maximum, like these. This is a maximum. If it's at the bottom, like the original example here, that would be called a minimum. But these are the two we're looking at. We notice they're both at the top, so they're both maximums. So one is not a minimum, so it cannot be A. Then we look at B. It says the graphs have different shapes with different vertices. So first, let's take a look at the vertices. The vertices are -2, 2 and -2, 2. Those are the same vertices, so they're not different vertices. So automatically we can eliminate B. Next, we have their vertices are maximums. So let's look at that point. And we see, yes, that was what we originally came up with at the beginning. This one's at the top, this one's at the top. So they're both maximums. Oops, maximums. So that's already our answer, but let's just check the last one. It says the graphs have the same shape with different vertices. But again, we've already determined they have the same vertex, so it's not that one. So our answer is C.